And that's because companies always ask the same question. Not all companies together, but that one single company. An objective of an attacker is not just to get passwords, but to get an account. Maybe calling the IT department, or calling the help desk, or somebody who has authority to create accounts. Now, you would think that a hacker would want an administrator account root or administrator under Windows, but it doesn't matter, because if the attacker is able to get a user account, then they'll use a technical vulnerability to escalate privileges. So that's kind of a hybrid attack, getting the account through social engineering, and then through technical exploitation, getting privileges added to that account. Same thing with access rights, right? There's one company, Novell, and one hacker had gotten into the company, and through technical vulnerabilities, and then they were able to make a phone call to the right department to get additional access rights added to that account they had compromised. They gave them access to confidential information like the source code to their product. So those are basic attacks. Here's a two-step attack. This is the first step, is where the attacker builds trust and credibility. That's the first step of the attack. And the second is where the actual attack takes place, where they get what they want. So this happened at a real company when I was doing my unethical hacking years ago. I won't name the company in this particular case. But how I was able to do it is this company was huge, and employees had their own telephone extension. And I figured that the telecom department would be happy to reset my voicemail password without any authentication, which is even true today at some large companies. So what I did is I found the name of an employee that actually went on vacation for a couple of weeks. I called up the telecom department, and I told them I was that employee and I needed to reset my voicemail password. They reset it to the last 4 digits of the telephone number as usual. And then what I did is I recorded my voice as that person on a new outgoing greeting. So now I was Gabe Null. Hi, this is Gabe Null. Thank you for calling. I'm not able to answer the phone right now. Please leave your message at the top. It's my voice, with an authorized extension inside the company. First step of the attack. Second step was calling an engineer and asking him to move the source code to a particular cellular phone to a server that I had access to. Well, this is a very unusual request. So the engineer goes, well, who are you again? Well, I'm Gabe Null. Well, what's your telephone number, Gabe? And I gave him the internal number at the company. He goes, I'll call you right back. I said, listen, I'm running into a meeting. I'll probably be 1 or 2 hours, but if you can go ahead and just call me back, you'll hear my voice, leave me a message, just go ahead and do what I asked, we'll be good. And that's exactly what he did. He called back, heard the same voice that just talked to him on the outgoing greeting, and assumed that I was legit. So there's kind of an example of a two-step social engineering attack. Everybody knows about phishing, right? Who here hasn't been phished? But it's evolving, it's changing a little bit. This was just a week ago. I was on Skype, and the security center has detected a problem with my computer. And of course it's Windows, but I'm running a Mac, so go figure, right? But of course they want you to click on this hyperlink. A lot of people fall for this. Typical social engineering phishing attack. When you click on that hyperlink, when you go to that particular site, it's going to try to exploit a number of vulnerabilities against your browser. Because there's a lot of different exploit packs out there. So this is old stuff. This has been around for ages. We'll go to the new. Oh, here's another example of an old attack. Here we're back 4 years, 2005. 2005, I get an email that somebody deposited $1,100 to my PayPal account, presumably for an eBay purchase. And at first I was really happy. $1,100, that's cool. Then I decided to click on this hyperlink to view the details of the transaction, and it was a website in the Ukraine. Something is very wrong. typical phishing attack. So what happens is the industry, security industry, has tried to crack down on phishing. And how fraud works is like, you got to think of fraud as a big bubble. So if you push down on one side, the industry, to try to stop phishing, the fraud pops up somewhere else. There's always a way. So let me show you how it's changed. This is a recent email, circa 2008, 1 year ago. Here. The email doesn't ask me to click on a hyperlink or fill out a form, but simply to call the telephone number at MasterCard, because there's been a problem with my account. Well, that seems legit. When you call the telephone number, you get the voice automated system, what they call the integrated voice response system. And what hackers have done lately is they clone the systems, right? So if you have, Banca di Bogota, and you have their voicemail IVR tree, and you can call it and record it, you can make an exact duplicate. So if you could trick people into calling your phone number, your DID number through some sort of VoIP provider, then you might be able to trick people to give you the credentials. The problem is when they put in their real credentials, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because they're not talking to the real system, they're talking to a clone of the voicemail system or the IVR system. So I thought of taking this even one step further. What about a man-in-the-middle attack? What if you were to call a number that I provide, it connects you to your real bank, you put in your credentials, and it works, right? And I'm sitting there at a Starbucks getting all your credentials. So what I'm going to do is kind of demonstrate how this attack works, and this is kind of the new evolution of phishing. Hopefully the phone system works here. Let's see. The organizers put a lot of time into getting the phone working, so let's hope it works here.